Hello everyone, welcome to Vishnu IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss a topic which is, burnt and highlighted by the opposition in Maharashtra. And it has a lot of significance among especially GS2 paper and of course all the other papers and prelims also. So that's why I've taken this topic, which is Maharashtra and how it is tackling Naxalism. Let's take a look at it. This is said by the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. According to him, according to the reports in Maharashtra, there is a rise in left-wing extremism and urban Naxalism in Maharashtra. So they have seen the dire need to bring a public safety bill, as I've given here, a public safety bill in the assembly, and it was introduced last year. Today, it awaits the assent of the governor. That's the reason. It's again in the news. The opposition party, they have launched a walkout. They are actively advocating the withdrawal of this bill. So let's take a look at all the background and what is happening today, and also what are we supposed to do in regards to this bill. So Naxalism. I'm going to give a brief about Naxalism, but Naxalism is an extremely important topic in UPSC. In GS2, at least once in 2 years, you find a direct question on Naxalism. So please read it properly. So Naxalism or left-wing extremism or Maoist insurgency, what they aim to do is via armed revolution, they aim to overthrow the government. And they advocate for the rights of tribal and marginalized communities. This is with respect to India. Now, I suggest you go and read the origin of Naxalism. It's in Naxalbari village, West Bengal, and also Maoism, how it originated. It's a very interesting story. This map is of the Red Corridor. So, Red Corridor is all the districts, all these districts that are affected by left-wing extremism. This map is given by the Ministry of Home Affairs. You don't have to remember all these districts, of course. So here you can see in this context, it is spreading to Maharashtra. Now, Naxalism in Maharashtra, as I said, as I pointed out in the map, these are the areas where the Naxalism is spreading right now. So, Gadchiroli is the most affected, and from here it is expanding further. So this is the core area of concern. So Naxalism is not just an ideology. They are supplying arms. They are involved in trafficking of drugs, women, children, and all other illegal activities. Also, they are actively conspiring to overthrow a democratically elected government. So you must understand that how important is it to contain this Naxalism, especially in a state which is just freshly affected. So as the Chief Minister said, you can see over here, Maharashtra is a state which is relatively safer from Naxalism. So you look at Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, they are pretty heavily affected. So it is important, as the Chief Minister says, to nip it in the bud. Now, urban Naxalism. This is a very interesting topic, urban Naxalism. Urban Naxalism gives a certain sophistication to Naxalism. So they target intellectuals, highly educated people. Now, these highly educated people who are role models to the society especially, or role models to the general public, they are targeted, and these people are used to preach the ideology and or undertake, sophisticated operations. And I don't know why I'm saying sophisticated. These people are basically, they're dealing in drugs. That they're being used as drug peddlers. It's embarrassing. Such highly educated youth are being reduced to this due to urban Naxalism. Now, it is a non-combat strategy by Maoists. It's an ideological warfare. It's very important here. Now, in case of Maharashtra, after the Bhima-Koregaon violence in 2018, now it triggered a major crackdown on urban Naxalists. This is how cleverly they are hidden. They are hidden in NGOs. They do seva. They're hidden in digital propaganda. Everything is very liberally hidden. They talk about human rights abuses. They talk about how tribals are suppressed, of course, which is all true. They use this narrative, and what they do is they try to trigger the youth. I'm saying this because this is not just about UPSC. I want my viewers to also not fall victim to all this trap. Now, they trigger the viewers, they say, okay, this is happening with the tribals, this is how the government is oppressing the tribals and everything. And they slowly drag you into extremist activities. Extremist activities in the sense they are, again, as I said, they are not doing anything, as Mao Zedong said or something. They are just used as drug peddlers or, traffickers and all that stuff. Now, coming back to this particular bill, it's important to understand this bill because Maharashtra is again still in a native state. I mean, a naive state of Naxalism, as I've shown in the map. So now only they're launching a crackdown and everything. So we need to understand, this will help us understand how to fight Naxalism so that it doesn't spread to other states also. So in this, it defines unlawful activity. It is very important in digital context because these unlawful activity, people are masking it in charity. They are showing very, very liberal ideas, very, which they look harmless in the outer go, but it's important to be defined. Next, they broadly include violent behavior, incitement, disruption of public institutions, banned group, raising concerns about vague interpretations. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, vague interpretations. So this is the next, I'll cover it in the further slides. This is where the opposition and the civil society organizations are trying to stop, trying to protest against vague interpretations. Now, in the end, we'll discuss like who is right here and who is wrong here. Again, it empowers the state to declare individuals or organizations as unlawful. It is UAPA Act, it's an extension of it only. And certain years in prison, 3 to 5 lakh fine for membership. Now it creates an advisory board with members so that the board also, as you can see, it consists of people from wide areas, not just civil servants or not just police officers, so that, certain amount of public dignity is guaranteed. And I think they should involve here civil society organizations. Okay, I'll explain it to you in the next slide, why they should include them over here. Assigns higher ranking officials to effectively handle these cases. So these are broadly the key provisions of the bill. So when you are designing a bill to tackle Naxalism and evil like Naxalism, so I think it effectively covers all the attack areas, all the areas which need to be taken care of. Now, opposition concerns. Why are the protests happening today? Why are opposition leaders, they have walked out of the Sanssad today? Why have they walked out? It's because excessive executive power, vague definitions. Excessive executive power, you can see in this previous slide here. It's regarding this advisory board and empowering the states and individuals, state to declare individuals. So that's why I said, you can include civil society organizations. You can little bit of expand this board so that people, it gains a little bit of more legitimacy. Yeah, and vague definitions. Now, vague definitions, I have personally seen certain posts, everything on everything on social media, certain posts that are very well hidden. So these vague definitions, I don't know, I think they're an evil necessity because it's very hard to properly pinpoint them, especially if you want to nip it in the bud. And nipping it in the bud is essential not just for the government, it's essential for the student also. Just imagine what's happening with the student, especially the students who are targeted, the youth. At a young age, they are they are given noble ideals and they get attracted to such activities, and later on their entire career, entire life is ruined. So I think it's a little important to work on these vague definitions. Next, immunity for officials, restricted access to legal remedies. Yes. So from prelims point of view, it's a threat to free speech, assembly, equality of rights under Articles 14, 19 and 21 of Indian Constitution. So this you can remember, especially in prelims point of view, and these are the points you write in mains answer writing. Next year, opposition leaders, as I said, they've organized a walkout from the sunset. They're urging the governor not to consider the bill. They're urging the governor to return this bill. Now, certain safeguards. This is the reply of the Maharashtra's chief minister. There are certain safeguards that it respects the due process of law. There is judicial oversight, as we have seen in the key provisions, and it appeals to High Court within 30 days. Also, there is emphasis that it targets extremists, not intellectuals. So these are all, latest terms. They're really playing with the terms to get away with illegal activities. Now, legislative outlook. As I said, a bill awaits governor's assent. Here, when you're reading such topics, you will go back and look at what is governor's assent also. What is governor's assent? How a bill is passed? There are three stages. There are 3 stages of passing a bill. So please take a look at it. Awaiting governor's assent. What is it? And regarding this bill, there is another fact. They made a joint select committee which examined the draft through 5 meetings and incorporated 12,000 public objections. Public objections is a very innovative, my favorite innovation. Like, people should actively have a say in the drafting of a bill. And suggestions. This is the highest in Maharashtra's legislative history. So this is a beautiful step, truly respecting people's opinions over here. Now, before I end the video, this is the real question. The real question is Maharashtra's bill or Naxalism. The real question is freedom of speech versus national security. This we shall explore it in further classes. So for further such content, for more such insights, please follow Vishnu IAS Academy. Thank you.